Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome all of you this evening on behalf of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. And also, I, being from Northeast, wants to welcome all of you, especially the people who are not from Northeast, for giving your time to come and see what the Northeast people have done in the entertainment industry of the last few years, for sparing your time to come and see what potentials can be achieved in the near future. We want to thank our guest of honor, Rahul, Rahul sir, for sparing your time. I know you have always been giving your precious time whenever the ministry calls you, invites you, be it to become a jury. The last interaction we had with you was for the SEO Film Festival. And the best thing about you, sir, is that whenever the ministry gives you a call, even like 1-2 day prior, you never say no to the request of the ministry. So we really want to thank you once again. And to all the celebrities who are based here in Bombay. I know this is a weekend, and to most of the celebrities, whenever we call, you should have called us 1-2 months ago. That's the response we usually get, even for ICFI, even at Goa. You know, our ministry organizes that ICFI. So whenever we call them, they say, we are not available, we're not available. It's what I mean to say, it's always very difficult to get for our program. But nonetheless, today you are here sacrificing your time, your resources, and energy to come here. Gulsen Groverji, mean, thank you so much. First time seeing you in person. I think I should not miss the opportunity to take photos, together with you and Mahimaji and many others whom I may not be able to recognize and name. So, frankly speaking, I'm not from the film or the media and entertainment side. So, I was just telling one of my friends who just came here. I sat down with Shekhar Kapoor sir at Toronto Film Festival last year in September. So we spent a good 3 hours, but I had nothing to talk about his movie because I've never watched any of his movies. So I used to watch what, 2 movies a year before I joined the ministry. So after I came back from Toronto, I decided, since now you're in this ministry, you have to start watching movies. So I actually started watching movies. And indeed, it's so magnificent, and the world of entertainment, the hard work that all of you put in, so it's something to be appreciated. The audience, we only see the byproduct. We do not see what goes into making that. So congratulations to all of you in the media and entertainment industry, to all the people from Northeast who have given your time to come here. And we apologize once again because we just gave you what? 15 days time to submit your movies and also to come to Bombay. So we once again apologize. In most cases, that is how the government works. We inform you what? Just at the nick of the, small time gap that we give. But we're trying to improve upon it. So the reason why we decided to organize this, especially after I joined this ministry, was I am from Northeast and I've been in the social sector for quite some time, for the last 14 years. So when I joined this ministry, I was thinking, what can I give back to the people of Northeast? I was studying really hard, but I could find absolutely nothing that I can contribute from this present ministry. Then I decided, are my people from Northeast making movies? Then I started doing a little research. And of course, I've been seeing Lil Lystrom in some of the movies. Then I started interacting with some people from the movie industry. Then we had one very senior filmmaker, Mr. Jistu. He was one of the members for the National Film Heritage Mission. Then I started looking at his history. He's very well known. Okay, that means the film industry as such is not dead in Northeast. You know, if the ministry gives a little push, maybe we can achieve, you know, some significant progress. Then we started finding ways on how to do it. So one of the first initiative I decided to start was to give a pavilion for all the northeastern states for free of cost at ICFI. Well, other states were paying 15, 25 lakhs. I told my secretary, for Northeast, you know, they'll be coming from very far. So we've got to make them free. So I'm glad that few states avail the opportunity. Then coming back, I said, what should we do? Let us invite an application for the filmmakers from Northeast to be able to, you know, make movies. Though the money may not be much, it will act as an incentives for them to make movies. So then we started the application, and in 1 month's time, I'm so happy to tell you that we got application for 31 feature films, 29 documentaries, about 12 animation movies.
Wow.
So in just 1 month, we got so much of application. Not that we're gonna fund all of them, but what I mean to say is that the scale of interest that people from Northeast are taking up in this media and entertainment industry was so humongous. And I said, Armstrong, you got to do something more. So then we decided, my secretary Apurva Chandra sir said, told me that, you know, inviting people from outside, if you organize film festival in Northeast, very few people turn up. So instead of that, why don't we try something different? Organize it first here in some big cities where the main filmmakers from, let's say, the mainstream bigger industry can come and interact with the filmmakers and personalities from Northeast. So we came up with this idea to start first here in Bombay. So that is how you're seeing it here today. So the idea is to bring collaboration between the filmmakers and people in the film industry from Northeast to come and interact with what's happening with the rest of the country. So I think with the series of master classes that is lined up and so many other items, the mainstream filmmakers will get to see some of the movies made by Northeastern filmmakers, and also from the master classes that will be happening. I'm sure many of the film personalities and filmmakers from Northeast will learn a lot. So that is the reason why we decided to organize it here, and I'm sure it will be a success. So one of the other reasons why we also decided to do this is this gave me a huge challenge. Of course, people who are in this industry would be knowing it much more. I was in Goa, and then I was roaming around in Swords with my family after the official program. So I entered into a shop, you know, to buy some eatables. Then 3 boys who calls themselves they're engineering students from Belgaum. They saw me and said, "You're from where?" I said, "I'm from Manipur." "Which country is it?" You know? Oh, I said, "Oh, it's close to China. You know, you want to see my passport?" I was just jokingly telling them. So there are so many people who are still ignorant of where we come from. Even in the morning, the taxi driver that was taking me around, I said, "I'm from Manipur and we're in a different country," and he believed it. So the thing is, how to integrate us as a part of the social structure that, like, with the rest of the country. irrespective of however much chapter is written in the textbook, this doesn't have this, doesn't take us much far. But one of the best one of the best medium is through this world of cinemas. So my request to the mainstream movie makers is simple. Fine, if you cannot put the face that looks like me as a main protagonist, actor, actress, if that is not possible, at least take them as a valiant, right? Take them as a valiant. If there are 50 people sitting in the classroom, say I saw Munabai MBBS like maybe 5-6 times. You have so many MBBS students, right, in the classroom. I was trying to identify how many faces are there that looks like me. I couldn't find much. I don't think the movie would have done bad if the director included 20-30 people who looks like me in the classroom amongst the students. What do you think? So the idea is, in a stadium where you are filming, put some faces. For every 5 people, you have 1 or 2 from the faces that looks like me. Yellow skin, small eyes, little smaller. But I don't think the movie would flop so bad if you put people who looks like me. So, my request to all the mainstream filmmakers is, as much as you can, if you try to portray people from Northeast in many of your movies, I think that is the easiest way to tell the rest of the countries that you have your own countrymen in this part of the world. So that's one of the purpose for which we organized this. And I am hopeful that we will be able to achieve this target. And please consider filmings in the northeastern part of the country. Many of the northeastern states, look at Arunachal. The chief minister himself is so engaged in making sure that the filmmakers doesn't face any issues. He would personally meet them in his office. You must have seen a lot of photographs. My state, Manipur, will be opening up in a big way. Meghalaya, anyway, has been open for so long. Sikkim, so beautiful. Instead of spending so many crores going abroad and shooting this, for any scenery that you require, snow, you have in Sikkim, valley, you have in Assam. You want to shoot a commando type jungle movie, you have, anyway, 70% of Northeast is jungle. So, any scene that you wanted to create, you will get all of it in Northeast. And people, as you know, I'm not self-proclaiming, I would say, are one of the most hospitable people in the world. So, and people talk about, someone asked me, how is it, the law and order situation? I'm telling you, you are as safe in Northeast as much as you are in Delhi or Bombay. People only talks about what they read in the newspaper, heard in the radio some 20 years ago. Northeast is so safe now. I welcome you to do film shooting in this beautiful part of the country. So with this note, I will conclude and thank you once again for sparing your time and resources. God bless you.